Hello everyone, and welcome to The Ride Home. Today I wanted to spend some time talking about taking your power back. Over the course of our lifetime, there are many moments where we find ourselves losing power, whether it's through situations, experiences, simply the environment where we find ourselves. We can lose power over who we are, what we do, and the course of our very own life. And it's very important for me that you all hear that you have never lost power. That we all have the ability to constantly be in control of our own destiny, in control of the decisions that we make, in control of the decisions that others try to make for us. So why do we lose power? There are many reasons why one loses power over oneself. As I stated earlier, sometimes it's an experience. Sometimes we end up taking a wrong turn and end up being in an unknown territory. And we seize that power. We seize control over the actions that we're taking and let somebody else drive it for us simply because it is unknown to us. When these moments happen, when unfamiliarity kicks in, it's really important that you remember that at the end of the day, you're growing through that unfamiliarity. You're growing through that unknown. And if you allow somebody else to make the decisions for you, if you allow that moment to take control over you, you're giving up the power to learn through that experience. To allow yourself to go on a journey of self-exploration. And there does come a point where a little bit of that fear kicks in, where you don't know what to do because you don't know where you're at. And that's okay. We all find ourselves at one point or another in an unfamiliar situation. With that being said, it's not a reason to give up our ability, our control over that situation. Instead, embracing the unknown will allow you to grow from it, to learn from it, to make that experience your own. Another reason why we lose power is when we give it up to someone else. Sometimes it's intentionally, and sometimes it's unintentionally. Sometimes people take our power through criticism, through feedback, through giving us reasons why we're not good enough, by making us feel like they know better than we do. And the fear of, again, rejection, the fear of not being liked, the fear of being alone, all those fears allow us to give up our power and allow others to define us, allow others to tell us who we are, allow us to create our own possibilities, our own guardrails. And it's important, again, that you hear that, yes, it happens at one point or another. For whatever reason, we do allow someone to take over us, to take over who we are, to begin to define us. They also begin to make decisions for us and begin to create boundaries and even set a bar of possibilities of who we can be. And again, it is important that we all remember that we have to feel comfortable not being accepted, that we have to feel comfortable having our own identity, and that identity may not be accepted by everyone, and that's okay. The only way that somebody can continue to have power over you is because you allow them to. Because for whatever reason, you feel that they are more important than you are, that they liking you, that them being a part of your life becomes more important than you being true to who you are. That you willingly accept that they know better what's best for you than you do for yourself. And it is important that you realize that that is not the case. No one can tell you what is best for you than yourself. No one out there is in your shoes. No one out there is living in your skin. No one out there knows you better than yourself. And it's important that no matter how harsh the criticism could feel, no matter how real the fear of rejection, of acceptance, or the lack thereof is, that you be okay knowing that the only person that needs to accept you is yourself. That the only person that needs to be okay with who you are is yourself. It's important that you know that who you are is okay, and that you realize that you step back when you're wondering, when did this person take control of me? When did I allow myself to be defined by this individual? When did I allow this individual's criticism of myself drive my emotions? It's simple. It's the moment that you validated that criticism by allowing yourself to feel ashamed of who you are because they did not agree with who you are, because they didn't accept who you were, because they couldn't understand who you are. And when you realize that shame is what's driving that their criticism has become more important to you than your self-love, you will find that those shackles will be broken, that you will begin to take power of who you are. And a lot of you might be wondering, what if I don't really know who I am? What if I'm afraid of the journey of knowing who I am? I will tell you that the most beautiful thing about knowing who you are is going through the journey of understanding yourself. There is nothing more beautiful than self-discovery. Do not allow that fear of not knowing who you are keep you shackled to allowing someone else to define that for you. Go out there. Find out who you are. There's so many moments in life where we don't know who we are, and that's okay. Take back your power and go out there and find out who you are. Another reason why we lose power, self-belief in ourselves, is situational. It's the environment. It's that for so long, we've been told that we're not good enough. For so long, the people who've been around us have shown us that we can't be more or aspire more than what we can be. Systemic issues exist. Sometimes our environment limits us. The visibility that we have to the world is limited to what we see in front of us. And because we can't see beyond that moment, we think that that is all we can do. We've somehow given the power to the environment, to the system. We've allowed the situation around us and the belief that we can't do anything to change those barriers, that they're so hard in place that we can't go beyond those limitations. You can. You really, really can. But it starts with believing that you can. It starts with you saying to yourself, just because the person next to me hasn't been able to move forward, just because I'm in this situation, in this environment, this is all that I am capable of. At one point, you have to make the decision to say, no, I can do more. I deserve to have more. I am willing to put the work forth to get more out of life, to get more out of the situation, to break that cycle. But you have to make that decision. You have to take back the power of that environment. Take it back from the system. Take it back from the neighborhood that you grew up in. Take it back from the people who have told you you can't do more than what you can. At one point or another, we are all confronted with that obstacle. There will always be someone in your life who will tell you, no, it can't be done. No, you can't do more. Let today be the day where you take your power back, where you decide that whatever situation you're in, whatever bad turn you took, that you stop, that you put a pause, and you decide to redirect your life in the way that you choose it to be. That today is the moment that you tell that person who has decided to define you, enough. I get to define who I am. I get to make the decision for myself. May today be the day that you decide to break the cycle, that you decide to go against the system, the neighborhood, the environment in which you are in, and that you decide to change the course of your life and everyone who follows behind you. Taking your power back can change everything. And let it be today. Guys, thank you again for following me. I really appreciate the time. If you found value in today's message, please make sure that you share it, that you like it, that you comment on it. As always, I appreciate the comments. I appreciate you following me. Have a great day. And as always, I will see you on the ride home.